I'm TEMPHUiBIS here. So today was the Q&A, but before I start, I'd like to give a quick message here to help out, because some people not sure how to send me messages on YouTube's new layout. So I'm going to quickly tell you guys how to do it right now. If you go to my channel, there's a few tabs there. Two of those tabs say About and Discussion. If you go to Discussion, there should be the option to leave a comment on my channel, and if you click on About, you should see a button there saying Send Message. So that's the way I'd like to take the questions here for the Q&A. I don't usually take them from videos, but I did this time because nobody knew how to, well, not nobody, but some people didn't know how to send me questions. So hopefully that's explained everything. So we're going to start off here with JSJ07. What are your thoughts on Audley Harrison and the way he's continuing his boxing career? Is the man just an idiot? Well, if I have to be very honest, yeah, I usually have a lot of respect, yeah, for guys like that. Ones who just won't throw in the towel, who keeps going. You know, he was a real respected boxer, and he's just, at least it's good to see that he's not giving up, right? Yeah, but then at the same time, it is true. You don't want the guy to hurt himself. You don't want the guy to completely give himself something that could really mess him up in the future. The beating he took from Deontay Wilder, man, he should have quit after that. But it is kind of cool. He still should keep going. But now to contradict myself, there's a guy who I think he was in the opener for David Haye and Derek Chisora. I think he was the opener for that event. This guy had what, something like 1 win and over 70 losses. Are you serious? 70 losses, 1 win. I don't know if that win was like a KO or a decision, but it doesn't matter. You know, 70 losses. I don't usually go with records, say that, oh, you know, this guy may win because he's got a bad record. I don't usually do that, but this record may be a bit too much over the top. And I think, man, he must really love boxing a lot if he loves getting, even if he knows he's getting beaten that many times. Who would you call an idiot? That guy or Audley Harrison? So that's all I can say on that one. Second, do you think the leap from the leap this year from PS3 and Xbox 360 to PS4 and Xbox One is smaller than the leap in 2006, where PS3 and 360 replace PS2 and original Xbox? You know, I'm gonna say no, I don't. I think obviously the Xbox 360 and PS4, gameplay wise, graphics wise, is definitely what higher than the PS2 and stuff. The PS2, there was some lovely legends that I can never forget though, yeah. But it's quite a tough one really, yeah, because then there are so much things in the PS2 that I am missing. That, right, maybe did it really feel much of a leap to PS3? Did it really feel like a big leap? But then I think PS4, in graphics wise, you can honestly say it's probably not a bigger leap. Gameplay wise, not sure yet, because I've not played any of the games, not seen the games. So that's kind of a tough question. It's a bit too early to ask that, if you ask me. So let's go on to bboyagenttekken. What is the best horror movie of this decade in your opinion? Well, I don't really watch horror movies. I'm not really into horror movies, so I can't really answer that. Second, would you come to Canada? If so, which cities would you like to check out when you get the chance, and why? By the way, I heard everyone who has travelled around the world are from Vancouver. Well, I've never actually thought of going Canada. I mean, I always want to sort of go to more areas and more places, but Canada was never really in the top thinking of them. And I don't really know much places in Canada. I think all I know is Toronto and Montreal. I think those are the only places I know. Is Vancouver in Canada? See, I don't even know. That's how much I do not even know. I don't even know where Vancouver is. Green Smog 17 asks, What do you think of John Jones? Do you think he's the best talent UFC has to offer? Yeah, I think he is at the moment right now. I think he is just an absolute brilliant talent, brilliant fact. Never thought, yeah, this. I mean, I remember watching this guy during the days when he fought Stephan Bonner, Matt Hamill, and Brandon Vera. I've never thought, yeah, the guy would just skim to the top the way he did, and now he's just owning everyone who's in the league. You know, the way he beat Chael Sonnen, easy. The way he handled Vitor Belfort and beating Rampage Jackson. The way he beat Shogun the first time, wow, man, that's just serious. You know, I wonder how he's going to deal with Alexander Gustafsson. It's going to be wicked. I can't wait to see that match. And next is... Sorry that I'm holding the phone and not using the tripod, but you know, this tripod is so crap. And now I'm going to speak to Stephen Jamieson. He asked, in Colchester, we have a milkshake store called Shakey Jakey's, which offer the strangest flavours, e.g. Skittles, Mars Bar, Kit Kat, but they allow you to bring your own ingredients to convert into a milkshake. What ingredients would you use? It doesn't even have to be food. You can use other drinks to combine with the milkshake. The strangest one I've seen is a chicken nugget, barbecue sauce, and fries milkshake. Wow, they can really make stuff like that, and they're not that big. People like that should be famous. If that's the case, what milkshake? What would I have? I'll probably have McVitie's Gold, Nestle, Caramac, banana milk in banana milkshake, that is, to mix that together with banana milkshake, and bacon. If it's really that creative, yeah, I think I could probably come up with loads of different things, to be honest. So we'll have to see about that one, you know. And second, what are your top 5 PS2 games and why? Okay, let's think. What PS2 games did I play much more than often? Okay. Let's start off with Grand Theft Auto 3, because that was definitely one of my best games ever. Why was it? Well, I can't even. I mean, do I need to say anything? You know, it was like Grand Theft Auto at its best, right there. Industrial area, great different original music. You know, not too much into the storyline, just more straight into the gameplay. Not too much of a big city, just everything to keep a lovely, good fun factor going. You know, I really wish they did a lovely new Grand Theft Auto HD version for the PS3, that's PSN. That's one thing I really wish they did. So that's one game. Other games I like so much. Yeah. Alright, let's talk about some Tekkens. Tekken Tag Tournament 1 was absolutely fantastic because it was 4-player, 2-player against computer, 2-player, you know, it was just, it was amazing in the end. It was the first tag tournament. It was really absolutely terrific. Always enjoyed the game, always enjoyed working together with friends and family, you know, and enjoyed doing handicap matches where 2 guys would face me and I'd whip both their asses. It was really terrific, man. And the Tekken Ball mode on there was pretty brilliant as well. So that's another fantastic game. What else have we got here? And Tekken 5 was also brilliant because of the brand new moves. The gameplay was all brilliant. And I liked what they were trying with the Dark Within, you know, the little 1-player mode with Jin. I thought it was okay, but not as best as some of the other force modes that they've done in recent in back in the past Tekkens. But Tekken 5 was a brilliant game. Definitely still enjoyed that. Okay, 2 more games. What were the best? What were the best? Zone of the Enders. That was just a brilliant futuristic game. You know, I was never really into the Gundam games that much. That probably was the only one I was into. I just remembered how I only wanted... I mean, everyone only wanted to buy the game because they knew it would have a demo of Metal Gear Solid 2 in there. I knew my friend was going to buy Zone of the Enders just so he would have the Metal Gear Solid 2 and he would just play the demo and give me Zone of the Enders. But then when there was a demo of Zone of the Enders came out first, I saw the demo of that, played it, and I remember enjoying it. I thought it was so goddamn brilliant. The only thing I always hated in there was it not having invert y-axis. I'm an old school player and I always use invert y-axis. And then I just went and bought the game straight away. I didn't even wait for my friend. It was like just such a fantastic game. And the 5th game, which I'll say, because this video is like dragging on a little bit, I'm going to quickly just say another game that I know I did play quite a lot. Yeah, it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. You know, that was just a lovely old school arcade feel in the game. Not much storyline coming into it and everything there, but yeah, but man, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, bloody brilliant. So that's all I got to say though, man. Yeah, I have to gotta quickly move on now. Martino 007 asks, did you know that there's going to be a new Killer Instinct game coming out? If so, are you excited for it? By the way, it's only on the Xbox One. You know, I'm not even going to lie. When I did see the part where they were playing it, I did think in my head for a few seconds, should I get an Xbox One? That's how excited I am for it. You know, because I was a Killer Instinct fan. I was a Sabretooth fan. You know, and they showed Sabretooth on it. Looked pretty good. I will admit though something. This Killer Instinct does not look gory. It's supposed to be like a speedy version of Mortal Kombat. This just looked like a speedy version fast combo game without the gore. You know, and the gameplay mechanics did look a little bit like Street Fighter at some points as well. So it is a good game, but not enough to say that, even though it did make me say it, but it's not enough here to make me say that I'm going to buy an Xbox One after the shit they tried. Second, what console do you like better? Sega, Sony PS, Nintendo, Microsoft Xbox, and why? Wow, that's a tough question. It's really goddamn hard to answer that question. PS1, I remember having so much freaking love on that. That was a console that, you know, every game just always delivered. It was a brilliant thing. Sega Mega Drive was such a fucking legend console as well. All the games on there, you know, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Sonic the Hedgehogs. You know, oh man, I can't pick between them two. And then Nintendo, especially NES. Wow, those are just absolute fantastic consoles. There is no difference right now. I can't really give an answer to that. That's just too goddamn... They're just too goddamn nice, man. Seriously. All of them. I'm not sure right now if I'm going to buy a PS4 or if I'm going to buy a Nintendo Wii. It all depends on how will the games even become back like those old days. But I don't know right now. But still thinking maybe I should buy the Ouya. Still on that situation, so we're not quite sure yet. Andy14324 asks, have you ever heard of Project X Zone? A mix of Sega, Capcom and Namco Bandai related characters? I actually haven't. What, a fighting game? with all those characters. I gotta see that. Oh, it's a crossover tactical role-playing game for Nintendo 3DS. Oh, so it's an RPG. Still looks a little bit interesting, but I don't know if I'm gonna get a 3DS, to be honest. And second question from him is, which Zelda games have you played other than the NES ones, if any? You know what the funny thing is? I've not even played the ones on the NES. I've played Operation, fuck's sakes, Ocarina of Time. Sorry, I actually have Ocarina of Time as well. I'll say Operation 4. God damn. And I think it was Wind Waker, the one that was on the GameCube. I played a little of that, but not proper. Yeah, I've not really played much of Zelda games, to be honest. Zelda was not really my type, personally. You know. Ryan Thornton. If Tango Cherry became illegal and owning it could get you in jail, would you risk it? I probably wouldn't risk it, yeah, but obviously I know I'd be in the position where I would be fighting for it to be legal. If you're gonna ban Tango Cherry, you might as well ban almost every cherryade there is. What's the point? You know, it's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. What helps you to begin the day? For example, I drink coffee. What do you do to help you? Sometimes I do drink drinking chocolate when I wake up in the day, but then there are times when I just begin the day knowing what I want to do in my head straight away, and I just go straight in the studio and just go ahead and do it. So it's like so it's a bit hard, really. I don't exactly have an actual method that I do every day, because it's different each time. And SparklettePersonal asks, where did you first hear about Beast Fury? Funky enough, everything all came at once. I think it first started here from a tweet. Somebody sent me a tweet on Twitter, yeah, talking about this game and linking me to it. And before I even got a chance to click it, I realised somebody on furinfinity.net put a journal talking about this game and asking for contributions, and they went to that, and then on top of, and then straight, and not, and like almost about the same time as well, the guy behind Beast Fury himself contacted the Amphro fighting group, you know, because on DeviantArt, I'm an owner of an Amphro fighting group, and the guy went onto that and tried to get some of his art into that as well. I accepted it, and because I was the owner, he came to me and saw things about me and asked me if I could and saw my videos on YouTube as well, and asked if you know, I could promote this game and stuff. And even though he asked me to do it, I still went ahead and first looked at the game first, and still looked at all the other things first, and then I actually went and did the videos out of my own will, because I feel that this game is absolutely fantastic. It's a fantastic idea. It's very fantastic. I've got so much respect here for these guys. So yeah, Beast Fury, it's like that was just a project that I just had to know. Everything just came at once. It was funny. Leon656 asks, so the Ouya is coming out this Tuesday. Will you be doing a review on it? Even though, yeah, I'm very, very interested in the Ouya, yeah, keep in mind, I haven't actually 100% decided I will buy it. I like to see what, I mean, I know the games are going to be fantastic. I like to see how good the online will play. I like to see how great each game would play as well. And I'm still not really 100% sure if I will buy it. So, and even if I knew I was going to buy it anyway, I right now do not have the goddamn money for it right now. I am a little bit behind, and there's a few things that I'm planning to save for, which is going to take me time to get. So the Ouya is going to have to wait for a while. Hopefully someone else will have Ouya near me, somewhere where I could try it out myself. And second, have you heard of the other console called the Game Stick? What are your thoughts on that? Is that the one that's made by Mad Catz? I know Mad Catz just recently stated they're going to make a console. I know there's a console. Oh, okay. No, that was the Steam box. Yeah, I'm going to assume, yeah, you're talking about the one, yeah, from Mad Catz. If you ain't, then please message in the comments and say, because I mean, I never even saw much from the Mad Catz one anyway, so if that's it, I've not seen much on it anyway, so I ain't really got no thoughts I can say on that. I guess I need to watch some videos. Maybe you can link me to some videos. I'll try and watch some stuff about it. And Zaid12 asks, hey, how's your summer been? Sony at E3 showed off some really nice indie titles. I think 15 in total. Do you like the emphasis they're putting on those sort of titles? Did they put emphasis on it? It looked like they just showed that for a few seconds, those titles. I'm thinking about... right now, I'm really not in a really good position where I know if I want to get a PS4 or not. I really don't know. Some of these titles could say that maybe I could, but I'm still not 100% sure. So not really sure what to say about that. And summer's been bad, man. I've got bad hay fever. A while ago, you did a series called Temp's 31 Days of Gaming, where you went over a list of all the games you enjoyed. Have you considered doing it for retro games, or even something less time subsequent, like a vlog where you discuss lists of your best games? Well, it wasn't really the situation of games that I enjoyed. It was actually the games that I have. At the time, I did have 31 games, so it was perfect to actually do 31 days of gaming, so I can actually show that that there was 31 days, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So that's how. So I don't know if I would be doing one for retro games. You know, I know I should be like doing a few little more reviews there for some old games and everything that, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if people are actually into some of the old games like the ones I'm usually into. I mean, there's a game on the PSN called Snakeball. Does anybody else like that game? Because I freaking love that game. So I'm not really sure about if I could. These days and ages, music and animation's been... I've been so busy with that, yeah, really. It's been hard to actually record game footage and edit certain stuff as well. So I'm not really sure on that one. So I'm going to have to say sorry about that one. I may not be. And Venom3421 asks, what do you think of the new Killer Instinct game for the Xbox One? I've actually answered that already. You know, it was good to see Sabretooth. I'm hearing some next weird things here about only Jago is in the game. I don't know what that's about. If the game's like that, then obviously it's not really worth taking too much attention for. But because especially if you're a Saberwolf fan like me and a few other people that I know, so I'm a Saberwolf fan. If I can't use Saberwolf from Killer Instinct, it's like, forget that. But the game, like I said though, it seems to lose a bit of that gore effect. It used to be a bit more... Sometimes there are games here which I do feel that sometimes 2D is just best for them. I'm thinking if this game could be one of that as well. The game did look fantastic. I mean, I was just happy to see that there's another Killer Instinct, really. But if I do sit down and think about it, it does feel a little, you know, should it? But but as you know, I really don't give a damn about the Xbox One at the moment. You say, what's the reaction of the Xbox 180, if you know what I mean? Yeah, now, I was literally about to do a video on that situation when the Xbox turned their opinions round. I was going to do a video, and I knew what I was going to say in that video, right, yeah? But you know Storms Inc., he has just done a video on it, and he more or less just narrowed it down and said exact everything I was going to say word by word, you know. He just said it all right there, you know. So, but let me just say to you, my reaction is not the surprising, at least. No, nowhere near even 1% surprising. Because Xbox knew they fucked up. They just knew it. They knew they fucked up, and now trying to make themselves better. So that's all the questions. I hope I haven't missed any ones. So what new videos am I going to come out with? I'm going to do another video here on the PS4. There's something I've got to say, because quite a lot of people are a bit shocked that I posted on Facebook one day that I said PS4 is not for me, and at first some people got a little bit confused. They thought I was saying that the Xbox One is better than the PS4. That wasn't the case. That was a mistake. But I want to speak a bit more on the situation, what I was really meaning from that status, and I want to give my thoughts on it as well. Haven't got any other planned videos, but as you know, something will come out, guys. Yeah. So thanks very much. Yeah, I'll speak to you all later. Love who you are.